I think on the item of fogging, um, everybody wants the government to go out and do the fogging. But nowadays, we stress more on getting the message out instead of fogging. Fogging is only done when there is an emergency case or when it is extremely necessary. So after the passing of the hurricanes, what we did 2 cycles of fogging because it was an emergency case. Now we are going back to our traditional way of doing our activities, which is health education to the community, and trying to see if through them we can get them to help us help themselves. But based on that, a while ago you asked the question about the challenges that we had after Irma. But now I think the department, in connection with the Ministry of Health, also want us as the government to approach the citizen in a different way. And that means that we're trying to go out to help give out more services as we used to do in the past. And one of those services is that maybe shortly we're going to start with a program on which we are going to go out to the community and help them clean up their yard. So when all that is approved, shortly we're going to announce it in the media so that everybody is going to know exactly what are our next steps.
And when would be the plan that you would actually start, so then?
If everything goes well, we're going to start with a drive coming Monday in which unemployed or unemployed people can register in order for us to go out and give them training on vector control, mosquito control, and also to help us go in the community and help the citizens to clean up the yard. So I think, if I'm not so sure, I think in the second week of March we will put a start date in order for us to start with that project.
Now I know that some of your vehicles get damaged during the hurricane. How are you going to be able to go around to get to people, that many people?
I think, unfortunately, I think you don't want the hurricane to come by, but this time, with the coming of hurricane, we got some relief response from a lot of organizations, and one of them is the organization from RVM from Holland, who supported us with transportation, so that and equipment and chemicals. So we are in a verge of, you can say that our department is well equipped, and also we have sufficient transportation for now.
How it is in the station with the mosquitoes? Can you share that with us? Do you have the same problem that we're experiencing here in St. Martin?
Yes, basically, every Caribbean island tell you they share the same problems, but we try to do the same solutions, trying to reach out to the communities, educate the population on how to look for the mosquito breeding sites, what we're doing through the media to let the community know that we're out there, we're trying to combat this problem. And any questions, they know where our office is, because stations are smaller than St. Martin. And yeah, but basically what our colleagues in St. Martin is doing, checking houses, making sure the breeding sites are destroyed. And if it comes down to diseases, spreading vector diseases, that's when we use a nuclear option or fogging.
At the moment, the issue with the mosquitoes and Ceiba is not that bad. We did see a rise after the hurricanes, but the community worked together along with Public Works. They put in a lot of hours getting the island cleaned up, and we're blessed in the sense that the island is small, and we have 4 guys on our team that go from house to house doing inspections, and they've been working hard lately to make sure the mosquito population in Ceiba is kept under control, and we have enough mosquito product to use. So at the moment it's going smooth.
My experience with mosquitoes are actually not from the Netherlands, but from southern United States and from Brazil. So my expertise in the biology and control of mosquitoes are based in the tropics, where also Aedes aegypti is, because I can imagine that the Dutch help from the Dutch mosquitoes would not be of much help in the Caribbean part. But what I'm trying to assist with in the whole kingdom of the Netherlands is that the different islands learn from each other, because every island is so small that it would be good to share information and have help from the other islands, and we have a program that can support the integration of the different programs. About the problems, we all know that to control mosquitoes is very difficult. So it's an enormous task. So one thing that is very important is that in addition to a good vector control staff that is well staffed, also the community should participate, because it's very difficult, not like in Seba where the people can be visiting every house every month. That is an impossible task in St. Maarten. So there is a need from the community to, as we said before, to help us help themselves.
I guess each one of you all went up in the field and said what the situation is. Can you give us an insight of your view?
Well, from the Dutch view, and I have been on the island before Irma, this is my first time back to Irma, and it's, even when it's already cleaned up so much, it's very devastating to see the damage that it has been encountered. The airport is already, when you arrive, it's very different than it was last year. And then you see hotels damaged, but of course a lot of people's home, and you see cars driving around that still have their windshield not be able to be repaired. So there's a lot of sites that have been still unable to recover, obviously, because it has been an immense task.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
We have met at the same time with CBA, Charles Brookson Academy, yesterday to discuss their new housing solution, as they've emphasized that they are unable to stay in that facility until, like for instance, the end of the school year. We've discussed matters. They have proposed a solution for maybe in the next month, but we also discussed that if there would be indeed continuous risk associated with the fires, that we have an understanding and an agreement with MPC that they are able to immediately have the children in those schools at additional complementary school hours to avoid that they would miss out on additional days and critical schooling hours, as we want to avoid that we, of course, experience negative performances during the exam months. Now, I've said and will continue, therefore, to emphasize that the safety and well-being of our students and the teaching and administrative staff will always continue to be our #1 priority. I've also expressed that we need immediate funds to ensure that schools indeed heavily affected can receive the support necessary, and we are in the process to conclude some critical first repairs. During last week's press briefing, I also mentioned that we had fruitful meetings with representatives of the General Pension Fund and the president of the WITOOM and myself on matters related to affordable housing opportunities for our teachers. A key area of concern for a majority of the teachers, as they have expressed, continues to be the high cost of rent, while I do understand how critical the role of almost 1,000 educators is, because they are considered community leaders and they are also considered to be first responders for our children. So I do not downplay the vital role that they have in the community, and we have to indeed therefore ensure that we don't further expand the shortage that we already are experiencing for highly educated educators that we need to uphold the quality of our education. We have to ensure that they don't leave because of the challenges that they face in their personal lives, and I'm therefore happy that we agreed with the Y2 and the APS that we will organize an information session to see if indeed owning your own home, owning an affordable home, is a way forward to indeed stabilize their personal needs. The final confirmation will be received this week, and we will then issue an invitation during which the pension fund can then make their presentation, and not only about affordable housing options, but also discuss matters of additional needs for pension. This morning, I also issued a letter to my colleague ministers, the Minister of Vromi and the Minister of General Affairs, highlighting and bringing to their attention areas in our St. Maarten flag protocol that were not being correctly addressed nor adhered to. In particular, as it came to the lighting of the flag after sunset, not only at the Bells property in K Bay, but in several other areas as well, we do notice that there are flaws that we would like to address. While the general maintenance of flags do not fall under the direct purview of the Department of Culture, in the spirit of interministerial collaboration, we saw it as a responsibility and as an opportunity to bring about a general awareness for the flag protocol, and we have offered our assistance in identifying other areas where we can modify and improve. The St. Maarten flag is an important national symbol, as it represents the strength and the resiliency of our people. And a conversation has therefore also been restarted in the Department of Culture on heritage, national pride, and a general awareness for flag protocol. It has encouraged us to consider the launching of an awareness campaign within the community and on the importance of national symbols within the schools. And speaking of the Department of Culture, therefore, I'm pleased that I was able to sign off on the filling of the vacancy in the Culture Department and installing Clara Reyes as a new department head. Clara immediately jumped in with both feet and is doing a fantastic job. I'm delighted that she was so warmly received by so many persons in the community. Clara and her team have been tasked to execute an initiative that is close to my heart, the upcoming Creative Industries Forum at the end of March. This forum aims to encourage and fuel sensitization of the art as a valuable contributor to the socio-economic sphere, as well as to recognize and stimulate the role of the arts in the healing process of the island, especially amongst the young people. The forum, consisting of workshops, presentations, as well as panel discussions, targets key stakeholders in the field to facilitate open communication between the involved ministries and those directly executing and involved in the creative industries. We would like to indeed create those type of platforms and indeed develop more insights on the needs for the creative industries and see where the opportunities lie to establish and form an artist guild and to also establish a culture prize on St. Maarten. The input and findings of the creative community can then be presented to the government and the ministry so that we can indeed see how we can develop the creative industries as a successful economic sector and to complement the recovery and vitalization of our tourist-based economy and to recharge lifelong contribution to the arts. Details about this forum will be released in the coming days, and we will therefore also share information regarding the nomination process for the awarding of the Culture Prize 2018. So I do encourage the members of the media to look out for that information in the days ahead of us. These accomplishments have all happened with continued human capacity challenges within the ministry. I would like to take this opportunity to therefore thank the hard-working department heads, the SG, and the entire staff of the ministry who have continued to work diligently through the challenging times immediately following Irma and through this recovery period. The ministry's staff bureau and members of my cabinet, Swena, Mishnella, Beverly, Hendrik, Quinten and Giselle have all earned my admiration for their devotion and commitment to our shared vision of recovery and preparedness.
across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as MyCard. Earn 1 Fun Mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of Fun Miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to MyCard. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free Fun Miles with first use. Switch to MyCard today at WIB.
From within your reach.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
In the same vein with regards to the looks of St. Martin post-Hurricane Irma, we're almost 6 months later. And we who live on the island and drive around, we tend to get accustomed to the way we look. And so we're not even seeing the things that really are out of place. Take, for instance, the building where Vrami used to be at. We talked about this before. We've contacted the owner of the building because a lot of people think it's a government-owned building. It's not. It's owned privately. And we are pleased to say that the actual demolition of that building has started this morning. And we think it's important that other buildings that are demolished, that have serious damage, that as soon as the owners are financially able to deal with that, that they start doing something about it. We need to start making St. Martin look more natural, normal than what it used to be, than what it still is post-Irma. In that same vein, if you drive on the road and you look around, you see a lot of, for instance, steel structures of signs of companies that have been bent, that have been broken, but are still in the same position as they are when just after Hurricane Irma. We asked those businesses, again, that have structures on the road that are damaged, that are, yes, damaged is the right word, to have them removed or fix them. Everyone needs to take the responsibility of making St. Martin pretty again, nice again, ready for tourists to come in and enjoy what they see. Everybody needs to take their responsibility in this. As government, we will do what we can. We have our own problems. We're still dealing with insurance claims. Our main administration building, where the administration building used to be on the Clem LeBega Square, is in shambles also, with a roof in shambles. So we too are working on getting our situation in place. So we too are at fault right now, but we ask everyone to join. Let's join hands. Let's make St. Martin look good again. There are some buildings where people after the hurricane, they wrote messages of hope on there. You know, we will rise again. We will be fixed again. And 6 months later, those messages are still there, and it looks like a war zone. It looks like we had a hurricane last week, not 6 months ago almost. So please, everyone, join government. Government will do its share. We will try to do what we can to do what we have to do. We ask you to join us and help us make St. Martin look good again. Tourism is everyone's business, including ours.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
training institute is located in the Whitehall building. The programs, we have about 37 different skill programs in hospitality, and that has been going on for a while now. The program that we are initiating now is in collaboration with the Labor Department as well as the foundation which is running training right now at the NIPA. We are still discussing whether or not who will fund the program, but in the meantime, Whitehall is conducting this program in a way to help people who don't have means to finance their own studies, their own training. So for us right now, it's helping those who need the new skills to be upgraded, new skills to be acquired, and old skills to be upgraded. So there's no particular fee at the moment with regards to the training that we have just initiated.
Has it started?
Yes, we already have the computer skills already started, and the other courses will start next month.
Mr. Ashok, you have to Trinidad for the conference of CUT. What is the significance of that conference for your membership?
Well, the conference is the one from the Education International, North Caribbean, the North America, and the Caribbean region. And as a union, part of the Caribbean Union of Teachers, it is of utmost benefit because we just experienced a catastrophic, how you would say, hurricane, in which not only the teachers in that profession, in the teaching profession, but also the facilities has been severely damaged in certain areas. Early stimulation from the MAC is totally gone. The students had to be relocated to a different campus, you know, so we had major damages in certain areas and in certain parts of our education system. Apart from that, we had personal damages to the teachers in that profession. So being part of this conference would also happen, you would be able to discuss and come up with solutions as to further assistance that will be needed and how to be able to tackle such a thing in the future. Because once the hurricane has passed, you need to puzzle your life back together. You need to rebuild. St. Martin is saying even stronger. We thought we did it strong enough with Lois, but as you can see. Plus, apart from that, you have people that have experienced a lot of traumatic, nervous type of experiences that also need the type of help. If we don't have conferences where we can discuss this and our international partners would know how best to help us in the future, then, you know, it would again be that we are lagging behind in getting ourselves back on track. One of the things I can mention, because I mentioned it before, that Education International has a disaster relief fund. So each and every unit, based on their volume of the membership, contributes to that fund. And when there is a disaster, they also disperse financial aid to the different units. They have done it to Haiti after the earthquake. They have done it in Dominica when they had the hurricane. Again, Dominica was hit, but more units this time experienced the hit. It was not Dominica alone. It was St. Martin, Dominica again. Maria hit Dominica. Anguilla, Antigua, Bermuda. Barbuda, sorry. The part that is attached to Antigua, Barbuda, they got a clean, clear hit. So basically, they had a lot more damage and help was needed and is still needed. And the only way they can provide help if we have a conference where you can clearly talk about these things and come up with a plan of action. Because the first thing after the hurricane passed, Irma passed, the office in St. Lucia, Caribbean Union of Teachers office, got in contact with me, and they wanted to know what was our state of affairs. The whole world heard what went on with this hurricane. What is the state of affairs? They are specifically interested in also knowing the part of education. How did your facilities, how did your members fare during and after? So it is quite important to have these type of conferences to be able to prepare for the future and what will be coming in the future.